my name's Alex. I'm a physio from Physio Function, and I'm going to be taking this level 3 different strokes exercise class today. So for those of you who are new here, level 3 classes are designed for individuals who have reasonably good movement in their affected leg, but may have some restricted movement in their affected arm. The class is a combination of seated and standing exercises. So for the standing exercises, please make sure you have something to hold on to for balance as needed. This could be a kitchen bench, a steady table or upright chair. Also, please be aware that it is a requirement that you have someone available to supervise you and assist you with exercises as needed for safety. So this is the second week in our lower limb series. So we're going to be focusing on the glutes today. So these are those big bottom muscles you have at the top of your legs. They're really important for balance, power, standing. They're basically very important muscles. I often go on about making sure you're trying to engage your glutes or squeeze your bottom muscles when we're doing any standing exercises or sitting to standing. So that's going to be our focus today. I will give you the option in this class to use resistance bands. So if you do have any resistance bands, so I've got a loop here, but you could use one of the long resistance bands and you could tie it to make a loop. I'll give you the option to use them. Now, you don't have to. I will always give the option to do these exercises without any equipment, but I'll let you know when I'm providing an option for a band also. So let's get started. Sit nice and tall in your chair, feet flat on the floor underneath your knees. Find that lovely posture. I want you to try and find equal weight bearing through both of your bottom cheeks. Okay, so you might need to have a little rock side to side, and then try and settle where you feel the middle is. Take a nice big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's start doing some nice shoulder rolls backwards. Up, back and down, just starting to loosen up these shoulders. So warm up is really important for preparing your body for exercise. So getting things moving, getting some blood coming to your muscles to bring nutrients, getting them warmer. So it's really important on preparing but reducing your risk of injury as well. And let's roll forward. Good. You can get your arms involved. Let's do some big arm circles backwards. Be mindful you've got enough room. Good. And then relax your arms down your side. We're going to do a bit of an arm swing. Opposite arm forward and back. Be mindful if you have arms on your chair. Good, get that torso involved, a little bit of rotation. A little bit of rotation happening at your waist. Swinging those arms. Good. Bit more of a dynamic, so a moving trunk rotation stretch here today. Shoulders should be a bit warmer now. And relax. Okay, let's bring that right arm down to the floor. We're going to reach that arm down, but I want you to think about lengthening through this left side body. So lifting those left ribs up and away from your pelvis. Let your head relax. You can hold onto the arm of your chair for support if needed. If you have the ability and it's available to you, you could lift that left arm up overhead to increase that stretch. Come back to the middle and let's reach the left arm down to the floor. Now lean to the left, bring those right ribs up and away from your pelvis. Imagine you're between two planes of glass, forward, in front and behind. So you're just moving sideways. Option, if it's available, to bring that right arm up and overhead. Good. Let that neck relax. And relax there. Lovely. Hands on your lap again. We're going to grow nice and tall through your spine. Squeeze those shoulders back and down. Lengthen through your neck. And then round that back. Drop that head option, chin to chest. Grow tall. Squeeze shoulder blades back and down. Lengthen up through your neck. Slide those hands forward, round that back. Option to drop that head, chin to chest. So this is our seated cat-cow. And again, shoulders slide back and down, lengthen through the neck. Big breath in. And breathe out as you round that back. Slide hands forward, option to drop the head. And then come find where the middle is. Lovely. Let's start doing some marching with our legs. Option to swing your arms. Hands can be held together. If you need support for your affected side. Start to warm up those legs. Get some blood coming to these leg muscles. Again, I have to apologise about my squeaky chair. Good. That's it. It doesn't matter how fast you're going, how big the movements are. The main thing we're doing here is just warming up. Gentle movement. You can gradually increase the speed if you would like to. Good. Lovely, guys. Okay, so staying facing forward in your chair, I'm just going to show you from the side, okay? I want you to straighten out your right leg, keep your left leg bent, sit nice and tall. Just hinging from your hips, so keeping your back straight. So we're just doing this little hinge motion here. We're just going to do some little backward sweeping circles with our hands. So you're just moving as far as you can feel a gentle stretch going back down through the back of that right leg, keeping that head and that chest up, tummy's drawn in. Good, one more here. And then we're going to change. Straighten out that left leg. Right leg is bent. Sit tall. Hinging from those hips, so keeping your chest up, nice straight back. Sweeping backwards with those hands. And just gentle stretch through the back of that left leg. Good. One more here. And relax. Lovely. Okay, sitting nice and tall, we're going to do some side step. So out to the side, back to the middle. Good, so alternating legs. Moving within whatever limits you have. Think here, try and keep your body facing forwards and just think about the movement coming from your hip. So we're trying not to turn our whole body when we do this, just coming from the hips. Good. Lovely. Again, find that nice seated position with your feet back underneath your knees. We are just going to finish with 30 seconds of sit to stand. So get yourself sat on the front of the chair. Remember symmetry as you come up and go down. Focus on equal weight bearing through your legs. Okay, so we're going to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up and sitting down. Just as many times as you can in 30 seconds. Trying to keep that nice equal weight bearing. As I always say, squeeze your bottom at the top, especially as today is a bottom focused class. Good. Using your hands if you need. Let's do one more. So either one more or finish the one you're doing and sit down. Awesome. Okay, get yourselves a drink if you need one. The first exercise we are going to do, so I'm going to show you the option with the band and then without. So with the band, if you have a band, I want you to place it So I've got a loop, but if you don't have a loop, you have a tie one. I want you to tie it around your thighs. So you're tying it with your feet together. So basically tying your legs together just above your knees, or it could be mid-thighs. So with the bands, you'll find there's different levels of resistance. So find a level that works for you, okay? If you can't move your legs, or you're really struggling and having to use everything, it probably means that resistance is a bit too high. So find something that is challenging, but is achievable for you to complete the movement without having to use absolutely every part of your body. So we're doing a seated clam. So we're gonna sit down here, knees together, feet together. We're gonna bring those knees apart, keeping those feet together on the floor. So we're not stepping our legs apart, and then back together. So we're bringing those knees apart and back together. So notice I'm keeping my body forward. My movement is just happening from my hips. You should feel it in your bottom muscles. My feet are just tilting as we go. So they're just coming along for the ride, okay? But the movement's coming from my hips. I'm just bringing my knees apart, back together. Try and work on symmetry. So don't let your unaffected side take over. So only go as far as you can on your affected side and try and match it. So you're working on symmetry. If you don't have a band, you can just do this movement without the band. Or if you've got an assistant there, they can put their hands on the outside of your thighs and provide some resistance as you go in and out. So they could kneel down in front of you, have their hands either side of your thighs, either side of your knees. You push out against their hands, they try and resist you a bit, but let you complete the movement, and then you come back in. So that's the way you can do this without a band. You could also work on your own, provide your own resistance. So with your unaffected hand, you could put that on the outside of your affected knee and just work on pushing against each other as you go in and out. So you could just work on your affected side, providing resistance with your unaffected hand. Or if you've got the movement in your hand, you could do it to yourself, so pushing out against your own hands. So there are your options. We're going to go for 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to get my stopwatch ready. Sit nice and tall in your chair, good posture. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So we're going out and in, nice and controlled. So we're really trying to feel the muscles at the side of our hips working here. Okay, so these are part of our gluteus muscles. Okay, so the big one at the back is your gluteus maximus. And then we have some at the side here, gluteus minimus, gluteus medius. And the glute medius that we're targeting here. So there's one at the side, which are really important for stabilizing your pelvis, okay, especially in standing. So good ones for your walking, for that stability. So this is a great exercise you can do in your chair. Good, let's do one more here. And relax. So we're going to rest, okay? While we rest, I'm going to show you the next exercise. So the next one is in standing. So option is you can take the band off, make your way into standing. Or if you have the support in front of your chair, we're going to stand up, have our feet hip width apart, okay? So a little bit more resistance going here. We're going to do some squats. So have your support in front of you, okay? And then we're going to be working on little knee bends, up and back. Now the main focus here is not letting that bend pull your knees in, okay? Try and keep your knees over your second toes, okay? Especially, again, really focusing on that affected side, really focusing on symmetry. So we're trying to make both sides work equally, not just take over with your unaffected side. So from the side, it could look like, your squats will look like this, okay? If you need to move to a surface to hold on to, I would recommend taking off the band and then popping it back on. Okay, so we're gonna get going now. Find your support, okay? You could have it again, you could have your support in front of your chair if you've got a walking aid or another chair to hold on to. Have that there, off we go. So we're squatting down, holding a support, and back up. Good. So really control here, sticking your bottom back, bending your knees. Doesn't have to be a big squat. If you don't have a band, you're just doing squats as normal. But really, again, focusing on keeping those knees apart, especially on the way down. That's when they like to usually knock in. So keeping them apart, keeping the weight equal in your legs. Good. You're over halfway. So nice squats. Good. Down and up. Lovely. Good. Got 3 seconds. Let's do one more. And relax. Fantastic. Okay. The next one, again, option to have your band still around your knees. And you could be, like, well, have a support in front of you again. So again, if you're having to walk to a support, take the band off while you walk there, and then have your assistant put it back on again when you get there, okay? If you need a bit longer, please press pause and then join back in when you're ready. So the next exercise we're going to do, we are going to be doing, we'll focus on one leg this time, and then we will swap legs the next time. We are going to do a step back and then a step to the side, okay? Again, if you don't want to use the band or you don't have one, you can do this without it. So we're stepping back and to the side. So when you do this, stepping back, I want you to really think about squeezing your bottom on the side you're moving. And on the outside, you're keeping those toes pointing forward. Okay, so pick a side to start on. Remember what it is, because the next time you're going to do the other side. Okay, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. We're going backwards, sideways. Good. Hold that support as needed. Try and keep your chest upright. Remember, you can do this without the band. Squeeze your bottom as you step back. Then think about these hip muscles working as you step out to the side. Good. Again, really focusing on our bottom muscles. So you're working them on a side that's moving, but you're also working them on the side that's not moving. So they're having to stabilize. You'll feel it if you stand on one leg for too long. If you feel your hip muscles getting sore, that's because they're working really hard to stabilize your pelvis. Good, let's do one more. We're going to go back and to the side. Good, lovely. So we can take the band off now. So please, if you need to, have a seat when you take it off. Okay, we'll have your assistant untie it. Just make sure that you're safe. We can put that aside until our next round. The next exercise we're going to do is a hip hinge. So holding onto your support, we're thinking here about just moving at our hips. Imagine there's an open drawer behind you and you're trying to shut it with your bottom, okay? So we're going to imagine there's an open drawer on your chest of drawers behind you and you're trying to bump it shut with your bottom. So we're going to hinge, bumping the drawer shut, and then squeeze your bottom to stand back up. So we're really keeping a nice straight back here. So we're not bending from our back. We're just thinking about sticking our bottom back, keeping our back straight, and then squeezing it to stand back up. Doesn't have to be a big movement. You could just do a tiny little bend and back up, but really focusing on keeping that back straight, moving from your hips. So sometimes I do find it's helpful to use my hand, find that hip crease at the front, and just poke it and think about that's where I'm wanting to bend from. So I'm wanting to bend from that hip crease. So we're going to work here for a minute. In 3, 2, 1. So holding the side gently, weight is symmetrical, and squeeze to come back up. So keep that weight even through your legs. Stick your bottom back as if you're shutting that drawer. Squeeze your bottom to bring you back up. Stick your bottom back, shut the drawer. Squeeze your bottom to come back up. Good. Slow and controlled. Squeeze to come back up. Shut the drawer. Good. Squeeze up. Keep that head up. Shut the drawer. Squeeze to come up. Good. You're nearly there. Shut the drawer. Squeeze to come back up. Lovely. Let's do one more. Shut the drawer. And squeeze to come back up. Fantastic. Last exercise. We are going to find a mini squat position. So feet can be hip width or slightly wider than hip width apart. Holding your support so you can have both hands in front. Okay, or you can stand side on like I am. You're going to do a little bend with your knees. So you're finding a mini squat. It's not a big one. Okay, little mini squat. And we're just going to work by bringing our weight side to side. Okay, it's almost as if you're skiing. So little squat, side to side weight transfer. Okay, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So squat down, little baby squat, chest is up, weight side to side. So feel the weight going from your left leg to the right leg. Try and keep that little bend, but back is straight. Really think about making your bottom muscles work. Good. That's it. Nice and controlled. Side to side. This is a really good one for these thigh muscles and bottom muscles. Lovely, guys. Keep it going. 20 seconds. Side to side. Good. That's it. Nearly there. 5 to go. And stop there. Lovely. Okay. Grab yourselves a drink. We are going to go back to the top of that circuit. So if you were using a band, you can grab it again. Okay. And then make your way back to sitting. So we're going to bring that band so you can tie it around your legs again. Okay, so have your assistant tie it. I just think it's nice to make sure that it's nice and flattened out just so it doesn't dig into your legs. Also, if you're a male and have particularly hairy legs, sometimes it's good to have it over your clothes, otherwise it can get a little bit like it pulls on your hair a bit. Okay, so feet together again, underneath your knees, knees together. Option to have them tied, or you're working against resistance, or just working without. Nice and tall. We're going to go on those clams again in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So we're going out and in. Good. Out and in. Lovely. Really good. They should be feeling a bit more awake now, those hip and bottom muscles. Lovely. And also, I think doing some of these sometimes, these exercises, is good to compare how your walking feels and your balance feels before and after. Because sometimes when you wake up these muscles in your hips and your bottom, it helps stabilize your hips and your pelvis. It helps your walking feel more stable. So have a think, have a go, compare how you feel before and after. See if you notice a difference. Good. And relax. Lovely. Okay, short rest, and then we're going into those squats. So if you're making your way elsewhere, take the band off, untie it, make your way there, and then have your assistant tie it back up again. Okay, if you're just going to in front of your chair, stand up, have your support in front, okay? I'll go to the side this time, and we're gonna do those mini squats. So feet hip width apart, weight is equal. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Little squats. Now remember, we're keeping those knees apart. Squatting down, bottom back, bend those knees, squeeze your bottom to come back up. Keep that weight symmetrical. So every time you go down and up, just check in. Is my weight in the middle? Down to the bottom, is my weight in the middle? Do I need to shift it? Squeeze your bottom at the top. So I really challenge you, when you're doing all these exercises, take your time and just check in and feel where your body is, feel where your weight is. If you're more aware of where your middle is and when you're off center, then you're more able to correct it. You're your own best therapist. Good. Lovely. Let's do one more here. And stop there. Fantastic. So now we're going into those backward and sideward steps. So remember, you're working the opposite leg to what you did last time. So we're going to have a rest for a few more seconds. Remember, you can do this with or without the band. If you need a bit more of a seated rest, again, please press pause and join back in when you're ready. Okay, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Again, we're going backwards. Squeeze that bottom muscle at the back. Step to the side. So remember, if you've got the resistance as well, the bigger step, the harder it is. So, but I really want you to, I really challenge you to keep your chest up. Think about lengthening that leg back, lengthening that leg to the side. Try and keep those toes pointing forward. Awesome. Lovely, guys. Okay, you're over halfway. Keep it going. Good. Lovely, nearly there. Good, let's do one more. And relax. Brilliant. So you can lose the band now if you've got it tied around your legs. You could always sit down and take it off if you've not got someone there to unwrap it. Okay, just make sure you're safe and not putting yourself at any risk of tripping or falling. The next one we're doing again is we're going into that hip hinge, so that shutting the drawer. So again, perfect example. Imagine there's a drawer open behind you. You're bending to shut the drawer. Okay, so we're going to do those ones. So make your way up to your standing position. Okay, feet are hip width apart. Weight is equal. Again, if you need more of a rest, please pause and then join back in when you're ready. Okay, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So we're bending, sticking that bottom back. Chest is still upright. Okay, we're not collapsing. Squeeze your bottom to come back up. So stick that bottom back. Keep that tummy in, back straight. Squeeze to come back up. Really nice. Bend. And squeeze to come back up. Good. Bend. And squeeze to come back up. Really nice. Good. Keep it going. Bend. Squeeze to come back up. Good. Lovely. We're nearly there. Let's do a couple more. We've got one more exercise then you're done. That's it. Last one. And up. Awesome. Okay, last one. We're coming into our mini squat and we're moving side to side. So get yourselves a drink if you need one. Again, if you need more of a rest, then please feel free to press pause. Okay, but if you're ready, we're going to stand again, feet hip width apart. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, little bend, side to side. Okay, just keeping a soft bend in those knees. Now, the lower you go here in the squat, the harder it is. Okay, you could be quite wide and working lower. That's really going to get these bottom muscles working. But you could equally just be in a little tiny knee bend, working side to side. So remember, when I'm bending my knees, I'm not just letting them go forward. Little bend in my knees and my hips. So my bottom's sticking out a bit, my chest is nice and upright, and I'm just moving side to side. Okay? That's it, keep it going. You've got 20 seconds left. Imagine you're skiing down some slopes. Good. You've got 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Awesome work, well done. Okay, we're just going to finish with a few short stretches. So if you stand facing your support, 1 foot back, 1 foot in front. Okay, feet are facing forwards. Keeping your heels on the ground, bend that front knee until you feel a stretch in that back calf muscle. Keep that chest up and hold that there. Take some nice big breaths. Good. And we're going to change legs. So bring that left leg back, right leg forward. Both your toes are pointing forward. Bend that front knee, keeping that back leg straight. Hold there. Keep your heels on the ground. Feel that stretch in your calf muscle. So just above that ankle at the back, between your ankle and your knee. Really nice. Good, and relax. Coming onto your chair, okay, in your own time. We're going to repeat something similar to that stretch we did at the start. So you're sitting in your chair, finding that nice upright posture. Right leg is straightened out, left leg is bent. Hands on your bent knee. Sit nice and tall, hinge forward at your hips until you feel a stretch down the back of that front of that straight leg. Hold that there. Nice slow breaths. Good, and then change legs. Left leg out straight, right knee bent, hands on your right knee. Sit tall, hinge at your hips, hold that there. Nice slow breaths. Good. And come back to the middle. Brilliant. Give yourselves a pat on the back and clap. Thank you very much for joining me for this class. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, give us a thumbs up if you have done the class and you've liked it. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave them below or send us a message to the Different Strokes Facebook group. Remember, there's lots of other videos on the Facebook group and the YouTube page, so please check them out. We do recommend you do at least 2 to 4 more classes in a week to really get the most out of them. So I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye.